Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the goddamn internet, and today we're gonna be talking a little bit about Chris Bledsoe. Okay, you know Chris Bledsoe, he's the OG of this summoning shit, of this psyop agentry. And today we're going to be talking about him and the whole Tim Taylor. You know, we've been recently talking a lot about Tim Taylor, Chris Bledsoe, and that whole aspect, and how it connects to each part of the UFO phenomenon community and law, right? And today we're going to be looking at a new episode coming out. Probably by this time it's already out, so make sure you check it out. The Bledsoe Said So, which is his son's podcast. His son does a lot of shit on Instagram. Make sure you follow these people. Really entertaining, really interesting. Not sure how credible, but probably credible, because Tim Taylor showed Chris Bledsoe around the NASA headquarters. A lot of no access to public type shit, right? And they went to the Vatican. Tim Taylor took Diana Pasolka and Gary Nolan to the desert to a gift retrieval place, and so there's a lot of things to consider when watching this. And yeah, we're trying to put all the puzzle pieces together, so make sure you subscribe, notifications on, leave a like for all the effort and the daily uploads, keeping you up to date with all the events happening as it does. And share this video. This helps the absolute most, so get your snacks, get your popcorn, and let's watch this shit. Okay,
but here's the problem: they don't want us messing with it. They don't want the public entertaining the idea of calling on it and looking for it, because they may not control it.
It's always,
so they're going to end up turning it negative or perverting it somehow, so they can keep control over the population. That's the plan. I've heard it many times, but it's not going to work.
No,
it's not going to work.
And they'll do all kinds of psychological tactics. Like one of them they're doing now is they're spinning them as plasmoid. They're an alien race of these plasmoid beings. Oh, but they're also drones. So it's like,
which is it?
Right.
Like,
so the common person who's not really.
Guys, pigeons aren't real, okay? But on a serious note, yeah, the Bledsoes think it's God, okay? And they mention the feminine energy and all this, right? So there's a few details you got to keep in mind. I don't know how it could possibly be God being summoned, right? Who the fuck summons God or godly things? Yeah, it's very weird. Very weird, this aspect, right?
Initiated into this, they're like, what is it? What is it? Plasmoid. Oh my God, that's scary. Oh my God, it's drones. They're Chinese anti-gravity drones. No.
Well, let's address this plasmoid word. And if you get a picture, I'll give you a picture of one that I painted and a sketch that I did 17 years ago. And everybody's wondering, how did you get into...
So this is now two cases where I see red eyes within one of these beings being portrayed, right? There's a picture that was out that was controversial a little bit. I think it was in the yard. There was a dead alien or some shit in the yard, red eyes, somewhere. So that's pretty crazy. And then there's this by Bledsoe. So if these beings have red eyes, is that biblical things? Is that how angels are described? I don't know. You tell me, guys.
NASA. Why were you there? Why were you studying with? I have all the documentation. I have all the the proof in the world I was there. Photos, videos, meeting with scientists high level. What was their interest in me? Why did they need me? Right? Something I haven't talked about in all these years, why I was there. And I kind of wrote about this in the book. When I asked them, why do you need me? Why do you want me here? You've got rockets, you've got space shuttles, you've got satellites, you've got the space station, all the money and technology and telescopes in the world. And they're like, well, we know they like you and they communicate with you, and they don't have nothing to do with us at all. And we'd like to know why. What it is they want.
So a common thing that I see being said is the government can try and bring these down and all this and that, right? And see them and find them. But some people, like these psionic agents, right? They can make them appear, they can make them come. So that's a really important ability to have. And this all goes back to Monroe Institute and remote viewing. And one remote viewer that is really well known said that there was an ancient Sasquatch civilization on motherfucking Mars. So you can go so far in these beliefs. I don't even know where the line is, right, to where this is just fucking crazy.
And why it is they're harassing their astronauts.
Harassing them.
Harassing them. So has any astronauts ever seen an orb or one of these? All of them.
No, I've seen videos of Buzz Aldrin talking about they saw some stuff, but he never said specifically.
Well, they've never released it.
Right.
So that's why I was there, consulting with them about what they're now calling a plasmoid, which is an angelic being, little glowing beings that come out of the orb.
So how do they?
So how the fuck? Angelic being coming out of plasma? Is that a thing, guys? The light spectrum, parts of the light spectrum we can't see. How does all that tie into this? I mean, Jesus Christ, there's so many questions, right?
You see them. How do they appear to them?
They would appear outside the space shuttle. Look in the windows at them.
Whoa.
Stand up over the shuttle bay or the space station, glowing.
Look at them through the motherfucking windows? That's creepy as fuck, right? What? So, these beings, they're fucking with people, and the space shuttles and NASA. So, NASA being, oh, we're open, we're transparent, right? All that talk by that old fucking guy. No, you're not. You're not transparent, and you're keeping things from the public. Would it freak out people? Maybe, but it's better to know the truth than not wanting to freak people out, you know? I don't know. What do you guys think? But I love this specific mention and how it's mentioned, right?
Sometimes there's a report of a half a dozen of them 125 feet tall with wings, standing there smiling at them.
Okay. Tall beings with wings standing there smiling at them? Okay, I think there's a line, so I don't even... What? So supposedly, Chris Bledsoe has also had to do with a egg-shaped craft. He was driving his truck and this egg-shaped craft was aiming at him with its nose like pointed at him. And yeah, he's made some pretty significant and interesting statements about this type of craft. So how far you take your belief in this man is up to you, obviously, individually, because there's no clear stop sign, right? And yeah, it's all really interesting. He really advocates and vows for the biblical aspect to this. UFO of God is his book, a lot of information in there. Make sure you check out his socials and his family. Bledsoe said so, really cool podcast name. Yeah, they do a lot of cool shit, a little bit more credible than Steven, right? Not that Steven isn't, but yeah, he's controversial. These people, there are all these things around them that gives them some credibility, right? Tim Taylor going to this NASA place, I don't even know where to start, right? What do you guys think?
The American people are ready to receive the truth.
Humanity is not the only intelligence in the universe.
Humanity is not the only intelligent species.
We are absolutely not alone.
Non-human intelligence exists.
UAPs are real, they're here, and they're not human. I spent 25 years as a senior official with the CIA.
I worked on highly classified UAP programs.
28 years as an astrophysicist.
I served as the 4th Director of National Intelligence.
Director of Aviation Security in the National Security Council.
A one-star admiral after 32 years of service.
People that come forward with this, I feel like they've taken their life in their own hands.
I was recruited to a highly sensitive government program that investigated unidentified aerial phenomenon.
For over 16 years, on behalf of the U.S. government, I worked as a senior intelligence official on the unidentified aerial phenomenon topic.
We learned that the U.S. government was involved in a long-running secret war with other nations to collect and reverse engineer vehicles not made by humans.
I have seen with my own eyes non-human craft and non-human beings.
So look at that thing. It's rotating. There's a whole fleet of them.
The first country that cracks the code on this technology will be the leader for years to come.
China has established its own version of a UAP task force.
You think for a second that they wouldn't consider using it to achieve their ends of domination?
This is similar to the Manhattan Project. This is the atomic weapon on steroids.
This is so secret, very, very few people in our entire government have been allowed access to it.
Even presidents have been operating on a need-to-know basis. But that begins to ramp out of control.
It's not acceptable to have secret parts of government that no one ever sees.
You better be careful about a government that doesn't trust its people, because there's no telling what they'll pull on you.
This is the biggest discovery in human history.
You had information being locked away that could change the trajectory for species.
It has so many beneficial impacts, including clean energy.
We should have disclosure today. We should have disclosure tomorrow. The time has come.
What else you want to know?